Good morning, friends. Today we're going to Atlanta, which is not odd for me. But what is odd for me is I'm finally seeing Stray Kids, and I'm so excited. It's currently 7:30. I'm at Starbucks, obviously. They made my drink a little milk heavy, but whatever. We're just gonna roll with the punches today. We're gonna see Stray Kids tonight. Everything's gonna be fine. I meant to leave with Starbucks half an hour ago, but I am currently taking care of a animal that's going through surgery recovery, and so everything takes a little longer these days. So yeah, hopefully soon I'll be able to leave my house in a timely manner again. But obviously right now, one of my pets needs a little additional care. My roommate is not coming with me, so she'll be there with the pets, but just this morning I had to kind of do all that. Anyways, I say all that to say that if you are new to the channel, if you don't know my history with Stray Kids and Stray Kids concerts, I have been trying to see Stray Kids since 2020, so 3 years now. So I got tickets the first time. Maybe it wasn't the first time they came, but it was whatever tour was going to be in 2020. And I had a really awful knee injury. I barely made it through 17. How many people are going to park next to me? Come on. So I've been trying to see them since then. And then last year they came for their tour and I got a great seat. I'll show you later. I've been hanging on to this ticket for dear life for a year now. So yeah, I was coming back from a red eye, and my plan was to land in Charlotte from this red eye, go home, go home, get my car because I was traveling with other people, and then I was going to drive to Atlanta and see Stray Kids that day. And then I was at my layover in Houston or Dallas. I was in Texas, I don't know, at 4 a.m, and I got the notification that the boys had COVID, which obviously is fine. I'm okay that they canceled it. But obviously I was really sad at the time because I was so excited to finally get the chance to see them. So that's kind of where I have been since then, because I only had tickets to the Atlanta show and have just been waiting for the reschedule. So I'm going to both Atlanta days and I am super excited about it. I don't have sound check tomorrow, but I do today. So today's the important day. We are going to try and get down there in as timely of a manner as possible. I'm already going to get there at 11:30, which is a little later than I wanted to get there. But yeah, so we have a long drive ahead of us. I already know I'm gonna have to stop at least once, because I always have to stop at least once when I go to Atlanta to get gas and coffee. You can't see it. I did get extra tea back there so that when we finish our coffee we have additional caffeine. And I did get an Impossible breakfast sandwich as always. So yeah, I'm really excited. I really hope everything works out today. I really want to see Stray Kids. I've been wanting to for so long. So yeah, let's go to Atlanta. Let's make 2020 Carolyn's dreams come true, because she was so sad that her doctor told her she wasn't allowed to go to the Stray Kids concert, and I've been trying so hard ever since. So yeah, let's go to Atlanta. Goodbye. Hello, it's me, the worst blogger of all time. I am here in Atlanta 2 days later from the last clip you saw, which was literally the first clip I filmed. I am in Atlanta. I have seen Stray Kids at this point successfully. Spoiler alert, we did see Stray Kids, and I'm here to talk about it because I have a lot of clips that are B-roll clips and concert footage, but I don't have any more talking clips besides the room tour I filmed. Let me do the room tour. Hello, hi. Past me was gonna do a room tour and then I forgot. So I'm about to leave, but let me do a room tour real quick. Okay, so it's not perfect. So keep in mind, people have been living here for the past 4 days. But front door, we stayed at the Hyatt place, which was a 10-minute walk from the venue, or 10-minute drive. It was really nice. We have the bathroom. Pretty straightforward here. This is the room we stayed in. I did stay with one other person, which is why we got a double queen room. But yeah, there's just a little sitting area over here, and then a little desk area over here. And yeah, we had a great view. A little closet over here, and we had a great view. I really like this hotel, mostly because it's across the street from the Georgia Aquarium, every K-pop idol's favorite tourist attraction when they come here. But I thought this was a really nice view, and like I said, this was really, really close to the venue. We walked over to the venue on day 2 to buy merch in the morning, and we're able to walk back, and it was a really, really easy walk. But we drove on concert nights because, yeah, but I mean, if you walked, it would be good too. I highly recommend this hotel. It's my second time staying in it for concerts at State Farm, and it was really nice. It is sold out for Dream, so I won't be staying here for Dream, which is really sad, but definitely would recommend. Nothing crazy, but I just wanted to show you the room tour. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and talk about everything because I want to post this vlog and I want to talk about the experience of seeing Stray Kids for the first time. But yeah, I feel like I'm a pretty good concert vlogger when I'm by myself, but whenever I'm with people on tours, I am just so focused on like hanging out with internet friends that I forget to talk to the camera. And I'm so sorry about that, but spoiler alert, we have so many more concerts coming this year. I'm gonna get better at it, I promise you. I promise. So yeah, the drive from Atlanta, or from Charlotte to Atlanta, was pretty smooth. I didn't really have any issues, except for my tire pressure like came on halfway through my drive, so I had to do a quick pit stop and get some like air in my tires, but we don't care about that. But yeah, I got to Atlanta around 12:30. It was a little later than I was expecting to get here, but I also left a little later than I was expecting this morning, or that morning. So it's fine. I got here, my friend that I roomed with, Carrie, was already here in the lobby. She had flown in from DC that morning. So yeah, we were both floor for night one. So we hustled it upstairs after we checked in. As soon as I got here, we checked in, ran upstairs, got ready for the concert, and just drove over there. I think we ended up getting over there about like 2:45 or something, 2:35, something like that. And the only reason I remember the exact time so well is because Twice ticketing was at 3 o'clock and I had pre-sale, and so did Carrie. So we were both trying to see Twice and check in for Stray Kids VIP at the same time. So check-in for VIP was super smooth. I actually have never felt like VIP check-in was so easy in my entire time of going to K-pop concerts and being VIP. It was like the first time that I didn't have to stand in line for a long time, because we got there like 2 hours after they had opened VIP check-in, and they found my name right away. They found Carrie's name right away, checked us in, and they were like, cool, come back at 4:30. Here's the gate you need to go to. But there already was a line to like go in. So we just ended up walking over to the line to stand in line, because while I was checking in, I had Ticketmaster open on my phone and it was saying I had less than a minute until I was gonna be put in the queue for Twice ticketing. So you can imagine how stressed I was trying to like show them my ticket, but then also switch back to Ticketmaster so I could get Twice tickets. Twice ticketing was stressful. I was the farthest back in line that I've been in a long time. I was in the 2000 plus thing, and I was there until about 3/4 of the way through. I was also on my phone. I'm not usually on my phone for ticketing. So long story short, I did end up getting in, and I did end up getting a sound check for Twice in July. And I cried. I was so stressed though. And then like as soon as I finished Twice ticketing, somebody came up to me and they were like, oh my gosh, like, are you Carolyn? And if you're that person, I'm so sorry. I felt so like flushed and stressed at that point. And I apologized to them too. I was like, I'm sorry, I literally just finished Twice ticketing. Like it was so stressful. And yeah, so that was fun. So we stood in line for a while, and they came down the line and they were like, hey, we were supposed to let you guys in at 3 o'clock, but we're now gonna let you in at 3:50. So we're gonna like delay getting in, but don't worry, it's gonna be fine. It's not gonna mess up your sound check at all. We're just gonna we've had some issues. So the staff were like pretty nice about that. They finally let us in, and when they let us in, they separate everybody by like sections. So I was in section 5, and so they put everybody in lines in different sections, and then they started the yelling at us to not use our phones. The boys were downstairs practicing, like doing their own like sound check by themselves before we did our sound check, so we could hear some of the songs they were preparing. And of course everybody's like freaking out. They're like texting their friends and posting on Twitter and like, oh my gosh, they're performing this song like right now. And so we got yelled at a bunch to put our phones away, because we were going to be let in soon. Soundcheck was supposed to start at 4:30. By the time we all got in there, it was about 4:30, and they finally let us downstairs for soundcheck at like, I don't know if it was 5 or after 5, but they finally let us in for soundcheck. Obviously told us 15 times, don't use your phones, don't record this, don't film this, blah, blah, blah. and which I really liked filming like the AT soundcheck, but also I like soundcheck because you get so many more interactions because nobody's on their phone, and obviously there's a lot less people. So I got interactions from, oh my gosh, Hyunjin was the first interaction I had. Gosh, Hyunjin is so handsome. Okay, so when I filmed this clip, I literally had half a brain cell working and I could not remember anything. I'm surprised I remembered as much as I did, but I, during soundcheck, had interactions with Lino, Chan, Hyunjin, Seungmin, and Jisung. The majority of these interactions were them just like seeing me and me waving and then them waving back, like nothing too crazy, but it was kind of crazy, like when they came up to the B stage where I was, because I was second row in the B stage, how clear it was that they could see me like super well. So I think that was super overwhelming. But yeah, I was super excited. Obviously Lino and Chan are my biases, so I was super excited to get interactions from them. And also like Hyunjin, Seungmin, and Jisung were all so cute. They were all so cute. And I wasn't like trying super hard to get interactions. I didn't have like a sign or anything. I was just like waving and like doing hearts and all of that stuff. But yeah, past me couldn't remember that because I was surviving off of 3 cups of coffee at this point. So yeah, I just figured I would jump in here and say that. And I also had bright pink like goggles on. This was my outfit for day 1, by the way. I never filmed like a clip of it, but I took some photos. So this is my outfit for day 1. I was trying to go for like a Maxident themed outfit for day 1. So yeah, wearing colors to concerts is not usually my forte. Usually I'm a red and black girly. So it felt very off-brand for me, but you know, we did it. So that was fun. Soundcheck was really great. The best part about seated floor is that after soundcheck, Perry and I were like, we need to get some food, we need to get something to drink, and like you can just leave and come back, and it's so great because for ATs, everybody was afraid to leave because the floor was GA. And so obviously, like if you leave, you're gonna lose your spot unless your friends like save your spot for you. So I was so happy about that. I definitely will never do GA floor ever for anyone. It's just seated floor is just so much better. Like, I just wish everyone did seated floor. Like we went back up there. I met a bunch of you guys up there during that time. I was like getting food and drinks and whatever because I hadn't really eaten since breakfast that morning at like 7 a.m. So I was starving. Carrie had been traveling all day as well, so we were both like starving and needed something to drink and eat. And actually I bought a piece of pizza and I ended up dropping it at like half of it. It was so sad. I was like, wow, I paid $5 for this pizza and I just dropped it on the ground. So that was fun. We like hung out upstairs for a while, just walked around and everything. We were gonna get merch, but the merch line was so long. And we were both like, you know what, we're both coming back for day 2. Like, let's not even worry about merch today. Like, I didn't want to carry it with me because I had all my VIP stuff with me already. I was like, I don't need one more thing to hold on to right now. Like, I'm just gonna, whatever. The show started right at 7:30 though. So even though VIP was an hour late, they still started the show on time, which was surprising. I was expecting the show to get delayed, but it wasn't. Even like Chan was saying as they were leaving soundcheck, he was like, we're like running behind, so we like do have to go. He was like, we'll see you later, but like we do have to go. The show started and they came back. I had like the best time. Like it's been a long time since somebody who's not Monsta X has been like at the top of my concert list. I don't think, like if I think about my top concerts, I don't think any of them are not Monsta X pretty much. Like I love my, like We're Here LA is my top concert of all time. It was just like such a perfect concert. And then also my Phoenix No Limit concert. I don't know, but it's been a while since I've had like a really like I love every single concert I go to, but I've stanned them for 5 years. But I've ulted them for probably like a year and a half at this point, and I've been trying to see them in concert for 3 years. And when I tell you, it was so worth the wait. Every moment of that concert was so good. The stage production was incredible. They really utilized that stage. The like videos that played behind them when they were on stage performing, like the visuals behind them, and then when they were off stage playing the like VCR videos, Everything was so beautiful and perfect. The stage outfits were so nice. Like, their live vocals were insane. Like, when they started doing their own sound check when we were waiting for VIP, I thought they were just playing music at first because it was like so perfect. But then there was like one point where I don't remember who was singing. I think it was Jisung, where Jisung like went slightly off of the CD, and I was like, oh, that's like Jisung singing downstairs. Like, that's amazing. I did have a couple interactions during the actual show. Obviously, like, I'm in the second row. It was pretty easy to see me. They spent a lot of time on the B stage, so definitely if you're by the B stage, you're gonna have a real, I mean, all floor was really good. They were so good at interacting with everybody. But I feel like my section of floor got like a lot of interactions. But yeah, so my first interaction was with Changbin. I was filming him because he was standing like right in front of me, and I looked up from my camera to like look at him, and we made eye contact, and he realized I was filming him, and he like smirked at me. So that was pretty funny. And then I got that on camera. And then the same thing happened with Hyunjin later on, where I like looked up from my camera and looked at him, and he did like this peace sign, but I moved my camera so you can like kind of see it. But yeah, he did like a peace sign at my camera, and afterwards I was like, man, that is not what Hyunjin probably thought that video turned out like. But yeah, so those are my two like major interactions. Oh, Felix came over to like my section at one point, and he saw that like me and the people next to me were all getting hyped, so we were all like hyped together for a second. But that was like, you know, not as big as like the other two interactions I had. I left there like super like wrecked by Changbin. He like is so beautiful. Honestly, Changbin has always been my bias wrecker, and just seeing him in person, I was like, oh my god. I also got some incredible videos of pretty much everybody. Like, they were so close. It was insane. I didn't even realize like how close I was gonna be to the stage. I thought that there was gonna be more space in between the stage and like the seats. But yeah, they were super good at interacting with everyone. I definitely really liked Top Live. Top Live was amazing. It's such a beautiful song. I love that song so much. I'm also obsessed with Miro. Thunderous Live. Thunderous is like, oh, I love Thunderous so much. And so seeing Thunderous live was like so special. And then also Elevator is a super special song for me because it was the first Stray Kids song I ever saw. It was the first song that made me interested in Stray Kids, and it made me go like watch their pre-debut show and everything. So obviously that's a very special song for me as well. So Thunderous and Elevator are both like super special songs to me because Thunderous was the first comeback after I ulted Stray Kids. So night one was super fun. It started at 7:30 and we got out of there at like 10:45, I want to say. Like, it was a long show. They go through a bunch of songs. There's 2 VCRs. There's 3 VCRs? There's 3 VCRs. But yeah, they do some unit songs. They did a lot of talking on stage. And one thing that I really liked about Stray Kids' performance was that like everything they did on stage was very natural. Like, I could see the board from where I was sitting. And there were some things like saying like, oh, you need to talk about this song next, or you need to talk about this song next. But a lot of what they did was very like freestyled, like chatting on stage. Well, obviously Felix and Chan are very strong in English, and then also Jisung's English I was very impressed with, and Seungmin's English I was super impressed with. Seungmin spoke English like the majority of the time he was on stage, and I was very impressed with his vocabulary and his pronunciation of everything. Like, I was very impressed. And also, like, it was funny because they would like make jokes about things. Like, the first night Felix kept mixing up Korean and English words. Like, he kept like mashing English and Korean words together, so that the members were like making fun of him. And it was during the unit stages, so Chan wasn't even on stage. It was just like Changbin and Hyunjin, Jisung were on stage. But yeah, everybody's English was super strong, and I was like very impressed with that. But yeah, I really had a lot of respect for how long Stray Kids could perform and how good they sounded at the end. They sounded just as good at the end as they did at the beginning, which was insane. They didn't seem tired at all. There was one point where I saw Lino, And Lino looked a little tired on day 1 compared to day 2, but it could just be jet lag, honestly, and that's completely reasonable, obviously, like that's fine. But at one point I did look at Lino and I was like, man, Lino is a little tired, I can tell. But everybody did such a great job and performed super well. Like I said, the way that they utilized the stage, I've seen a lot of concerts in the State Farm Arena, and that was the first time that I really felt like the whole stage was being utilized super well. And for a group that was coming from the other side of the world to do that, like not even a North American group, like somebody who's coming from South Korea, bringing all this production to Atlanta was so cool. Like the way that they utilized the stage was so cool. So yeah, that was night 1, super fun. I definitely want to do VIP floor for Stray Kids again. Like if you love Stray Kids, it's 100% worth it. It was one of the best concerts of my life. Not to say that day 2 wasn't a great concert, because it was. So for day 2, we ended up just getting seats, and originally I was gonna try to get a better ticket, and I did try to get a better ticket, but we ended up after the first night, I could see our section where we were sitting, and I was like, that's really close to the B stage still. Like it's gonna be a really good seat still. It's not gonna be like as good as floor, but it's gonna be a really good seat still, and it's gonna be a really fun show. So like, let's just do that. I'm not paying $2,000 for another floor seat. Like I love Stray Kids and I want to see them on floor again, but not for $2,000. Like I want to pay a normal price for the ticket, please. Thanks, Ticketmaster. So night 2 was super fun. So on the first night, when there's the Waiting for Us team and the Muddy Water team, right? And so while one team's getting ready, the other team's on stage. And the first night, it was from Muddy Water team, it was. But yeah, so there were different members performing solo songs every single night. So like 4 of the members, 2 from each team, did a solo song on night 1, and 2 of the members from each team, so 4 members total, did solo songs on night 2, which was really fun. And it was fun to just see them like kind of play around on stage and sing like a minute to a minute and a half of something just by themselves. It really made me realize like how strong vocally every single member of Stray Kids is. But yeah, I got to see Changbin's Doodle live, which was insane. Chen sang All I Do Is Win, which like I'm obsessed with that song. I like love that song so much. So all I do is win, 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 no matter what. God, and every time I step up in the building, everybody has go. Yeah, I was like super excited to see Chen perform that. Lino had this like beautiful falsetto when he sang. I can't remember off the top of my head what he sang, but like the most beautiful falsetto ever. A cigarette, looking for a roll, a silhouette, but all I see is lonely people alone. Every member's solo performance was super great, and it was just really fun to see like different members perform on different nights. I also think that they say we're leaving, and then there's like an hour of the show left, right? So they said like we're leaving at 9:30, and then they did a couple songs and then they left, and then this like video pops up on screen which has like these 3 missions that you have to do to get Stray Kids to come back on stage. And that was super cool because honestly, it's a known thing in like K-pop concerts. It's been a long time since I've gone to a non-K-pop concert, so I don't know what non-K-pop concerts are like, but a lot of K-pop concerts, people just chant and cheer until the groups come back on stage. But Stray Kids had these missions, and I feel like it kept things very structured, so it gave Stray Kids plenty of time to like change and do whatever they needed to do to prepare for the encore, but it also gave like the audience something to do so people didn't get like bored or whatever. So there were 3 different rounds. There was one round where you had to do like a pose, like it would pause on somebody in the audience and they would have to do like a pose, and there'd be like a picture of a Stray Kids member doing the pose. It was something like super easy, simple, like something like that. And so that was fun. And then they did a round where you would have to dance the Stray Kids choreography, which I hid both nights. So I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Sorry. I do not know how to dance, so it's not for me. But yeah, and then there was the last one was like, you just had to cheer and like scream or whatever. And then the imaginary bar would like get to the top and be like, oh, here they come. So that was really nice too. I really appreciated that. It was very well thought out, and like, instead of just having people cheer and like wait for us like that, like having that structured video, I think really helped. And it also like kept the crowd like excited about the show and like having fun and whatever. It was really funny, and there were a lot of really great dancers who like did that, and a lot of, you got to see like all the stays like outfits and everything, which everybody looked so cool at the Stray Kids concert. Like everybody was dressed up so cool. Night 2 was fun from the stands. I didn't film as much on night 2, obviously, because my view wasn't gonna be as great as night 1, but I had a great time just like dancing and enjoying, and then also being able to see main stage better, because on the first night I couldn't really see main stage super well. So being able to see main stage on the second night was really nice. We got there probably about 5:30 on night 2. Just because we went to go get like food at some point during the morning, and then we like walked around. We bought merch on day 2, which I highly recommend, if you can, buying merch before you go inside, because there's more merch inside, but the lines are so long. So it was really nice. We stood in line on day 2 for like an hour and a half to get our merch. Which I did a whole like TikTok reel of everything I got at the Stray Kids concert, so definitely go check that out. But I definitely recommend doing that if you can. If you're like there for both days, go the morning before the second show, because it was so nice to go there, and we could like walk there from the hotel that we're staying at, so that was really nice. We didn't have to get the car or anything. We just walked over there. It was like a 10-minute walk or whatever. And then we stood in line, got our merch, and brought it back to the hotel, so we didn't have to hold on to it all night. And then also, before the show, when we got in there, we didn't have to stand in line waiting for merch, because the lines were so long everywhere. I'll post a picture of what the merch looks like if you haven't seen it. It's very similar to the stuff from last year, except it's pink themed and not green. And there's like a couple like design changes on things, but yeah, I did end up buying merch. And I also bought, I know I said I wasn't gonna show anything, but I'm like really excited about this. So my outfit on day 2, I ended up wearing lino as well, so I'll post my pictures from day 2 of my outfit. But I ended up like having this hanging out the side of my like left side of my body. But yeah, day 2 was super fun. I had a good time just like being in the same room as Stray Kids and listening to all the music again. This is the first time I've ever done like both days of any sort of concert, and it was so fun. It was so fun to get to see them 2 nights in a row. I wish I was doing more stops, and I've already decided when they come back later this year, which hopefully Stray Kids is like August, September. Like, can we aim for that? Because I'm booked through July for concerts right now, so I need a little bit of a break. But I definitely want to go to multiple cities, because their show was just so good, and it was so different both nights, because I was worried about it being like the same show, but I think because they like freestyle so much of everything they're saying, and then also on the second night, like we did a little anniversary video, because today, which is Friday, is Stray Kids' anniversary in Korea. It's their anniversary in America tomorrow, but it's their anniversary in Korea today. So we did a little video for that, which was super cute. And then we also sang happy birthday to Hyunjin yesterday, which was really nice. I definitely think on night 2, Seungmin had posted on Bubble that he like didn't sleep super well before night 2, so he seemed a little lower energy than night 1. But Lino was like running around on stage. He had like so much energy. Like towards the end of the show, I was like, Lino has so much more energy today. Like, I don't know if he was just nervous yesterday or jet lagged or both. Like, I don't know what it was. On night 1, when he was saying his like goodbye speech, he like stumbled over his words a little bit, and I was like, oh, Lino, you're doing such a good job, I promise. Like, he got like really nervous like saying his part at the end, because him, Hyunjin, and Changbin and Jongin, I think, all had it like written out, and then the other 4 members just like said whatever, but that's fair because like the other 4 members are stronger in English than those 4, so they just wanted like a prompt to read off of, which is totally fine. On night 1 you could tell like Lino was a little nervous about it, and he was like trying to follow it along, and he was like having a tough time with it, and I was like, Lino, you're doing so good, I promise, you did such a good job. That was fun. The energy was different on night 2. They sang the same songs both nights, but it just felt like a different show too. And it also, like, because I was sitting in a different spot, I had a different view of everything, which was super nice to be able to see the main stage a little better, because obviously like I was right against the B stage, so some things were like hard to see from where I was sitting. So that was really nice to be able to see the main stage a lot better. So yeah, I definitely don't regret like not getting floor for night 2, because I really enjoyed my spot. And then I also feel like I got to talk to more stays on night 2. Like I feel like there were more people in the stands who were like not with friends and like willing to like chat and whatever. I met some really cool people who were sitting near me. And then also like Carrie and I were sitting next to each other, which was fun because on night 1 we were in different sections, so that was fun too. It was a fun show. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, this one of my top K-pop shows ever. Like definitely in my top 3. It was the most amazing experience. And you know, obviously like Stray Kids have been my ults for like a year and a half, and I wasn't sure if it was gonna change after seeing them live or if it was gonna like, you know, whatever, but I definitely think that if I hadn't ulted them before seeing them live, I would ult them now. Like they were so good, and I just loved the way their concert was structured. I loved the performances, the choreography, everything was just so great. Their interactions were so great. Seungmin is like the biggest flirt on stage, and it just felt like super fun and casual too when they were just chatting on stage with everybody. It didn't feel like super formal. It was just like, because Chad would be like, go off on a tangent and then be like, oh, anyways, like moving on. But yeah, definitely gonna see them again when they come back. It was definitely worth the wait. I held on to that day 1 ticket for over a year because that was my canceled date. And then I got night 2 tickets because I had like previous purchaser pre-sale. It was really fun. I hope that if you're going to any of the other shows, I'm gonna upload this on Sunday. So if you're going to like any of the Houston shows or the Texas shows, is it Houston? Houston shows. And then if you're going to LA, I hope you have the best time. Definitely feel free to like come back to this video after your show, or if you went to Atlanta, let me know what you thought about it, if you had a good time, what your favorite song was. I definitely have been listening to Top a lot since the concert. It's just, oh. And also Easy was so good live. It was so good live. So I'm gonna show you what I got for VIP, just in case you are a VIP and you're just wondering like what you get for it. So the first thing you get is the lanyard. This is what it looks like. So I think it's the same one as last year, if I'm remembering correctly, because I do remember seeing like pictures and videos of it. But yeah, this is what the lanyard looks like. So obviously they give this to you and you wear it around your neck to prove you're a VIP. They didn't give you like a wristband or anything, which is kind of odd, but they did like check my ticket a bunch of times, so I wasn't worried about that. You got a fan, which was pretty cute. Cute. I like it. And then they gave you a like portable battery pack. They don't give you any like wire or anything, like USB cord or anything. So if you want to use this, just I don't know if there was like battery in this, but definitely bring your own like USB cord if you're planning on using it on night 1. I have my own, so I just used, this is the one that I use. I'll link it in my Amazon store in case you want to get it, because after ATs last year, when my phone was at 2% on my way back to my car after the concert and I was alone, I was like, never again, I'm gonna buy myself a battery pack. And it's been in my concert bag. The only time I took it out of my concert bag was like 3 days ago to charge them before I went to the concert. Like, and then also you get a little magnet. So very cute. I'm gonna hang this on my fridge when I get home. But yeah, my one complaint, JYP, I wish I'd had a bag. Just saying, for next tour. Just the thought for next tour. I would love a bag. It doesn't have to be the same tote bag. You can honestly give me like a plastic bag or like a clear bag or something that says like Stray Kids or whatever tour is the next tour. But yeah, on night 2, Chan was like, we're coming back super soon. So I don't know what that means, but very exciting stuff. I'm very excited to see them again. I hope I can see them again this year. It would be so fun. But yeah, thank you also if you came up and said hello to me at the concerts. I had so many people say hi to me that I was not expecting that many people to come up and say hi. So thank you so much if you did. It was really, really nice meeting every single one of you. Like I said in another video recently, like I just go to these K-pop concerts to like see my faves, listen to some good music, and talk to other K-pop fans. So I got to do all three of those things this week, and it was just so fun. And yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll be better about vlogging NCT Dream in 2 weeks when I go to that. In 2 weeks. I can't believe it. I'm coming back here in 2 weeks. It's kind of insane. And then in May, I get to take a break and go to TXT in Charlotte, which is fun. And then June, I take a break, unless somebody comes in June. And then July, I'm seeing Twice in Atlanta. So that's my concert schedule for the time being. Hope you enjoyed that. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.